On the news tonight, Chief of Army Staff celebrates Salah with frontline troops. Army Salah celebration, parts of Calabar South decry absence of power for many months. Plus, Nigerian Navy hosts 2-day inter-command swimming competition. These and more in just a moment. Good evening, it's nice to have you on NTA News at 7. I am Paul Abel. Now the news in details. Cross River State Governor Professor Ben Ayade has felicitated with Muslims on the festival of Nta Calabar as they join their counterparts around the world to mark the occasion. The governor admonished them to imbibe the virtues of obedience, love, almsgiving, honesty, and sacrifice as exemplified by Prophet Muhammad. The governor's admonition was contained in a Salah message signed by Special Advisor on Media and Publicity, Christian Ita. According to Ayade, more than ever before, our country needs collective will of all its citizens to surmount its challenges. So as people of faith, I charge you to be ready at all times to make sacrifices necessary for the progress of Nigeria. Ayade said his administration has provided a peaceful, conducive environment for all citizens and residents of the state to cohabit, irrespective of their religion, tribe, or ethnic coloration. Because in Cross River State, we do not see tribe or religion. What we see and cherish is humanity. While wishing Muslims in the state warm and wonderful Salah celebrations, he reminded them that the deadly COVID-19 pandemic is still very much around and urged them to adhere to all preventive protocols at the throng fun locations. Similarly, one thing that is peculiar with celebrations in Nigeria is the spirit of sharing and togetherness that exists among the people irrespective of their religious differences. This Salah celebration was no different as the spirit of oneness came to play with other Nigerians celebrating the season with their Muslim friends and associates. Justina Item tells us more about it.
Salah is a special Muslim festival characterized with celebrations that attracts sharing of food, drinks, gifts, and more, not only among Muslim faithful, but with the less privileged and friends from other religious backgrounds. In view of this, it is therefore not out of place to have people from other religions share in this gesture.
I'm a Christian. I came to visit some of my friends that are Muslim, the Hausa friends of mine. So I came around to see them. So as you can see, I was sharing jokes and laughter with them. We're exchanging pleasantries because today is their big day and they are celebrating. So I came along to celebrate with them.
These are our Muslim brothers and sisters who are celebrating. I think that it calls for more emphasis on religious tolerance.
We should all celebrate this day. If you are alive to see this day, we should all celebrate it with one mind. And we should also invite all our friends, both Christians and Muslims. We are all the same, so we should all invite all our friends for this day.
Some Nigerians believe that if the spirit of togetherness is transmitted to daily dealings of all Nigerians, it will bring about the desired peace, foster national unity, and promotes peaceful coexistence.
Christianity and Islam are sister religion. What you have in the Bible is equally enshrined in the Quran. Let nobody look at these insurgencies as Islam is not. Because Islam, in a particular clause of the Quran, says once you deviate from the teaching of Islam, you are no longer a Muslim. So I want the media equally to make fact findings before they project this into the public, because the public, knowing fully well that they are the ones to feed them on this information, will always believe what the media tells them.
Show love to each other, no matter where you come from, no matter which religion you are, all we are the same, you understand?
As Muslims continue to bask in the euphoria of the season, the message of peace and love has continued to echo from well-meaning Nigerians. In Calabar, Justina Etam, NTA News.
Muslims in Calabar have joined their counterparts across the globe to celebrate the 2021 Eid al-Kabir. Mourinho Ajom captured faithful observing the 3 Rakat prayers at the Nasarawa Akuku Central Mosque, Calabar, with the symbolic slaughtering of the ram.
Eid al-Adha or Eid al-Kabir, also referred to as the festival of sacrifice, is celebrated worldwide by Muslims, and it is marked with the slaughtering of rams, cows, and sheep. The festival, according to Islamic injunctions, is the most important feast because it is an occasion to celebrate the willingness of Prophet Ibrahim to sacrifice his son Ishmael in submission to Allah's command. In commemoration of the intervention, an animal, usually a ram, is sacrificed and divided into 3 parts. 1 share is given to the poor and needy, another kept for home, and the 3rd portion given to relatives. For Muslims in Calabar, the reason for the celebration is not different.
We should be obedient. We should respect our leaders. We should respect each other. We should be obedient. And we should live in peace with each other. Without peace, there is no progress in the land. We have prayed very well, and we are also praying. We have also said that in the next 3 days, we should embark on peaceful prayer so that God should bring peace to us in this country.
We want to live in peace, and we encourage everybody to live in peace with one another.
Islam allow anybody that is practicing Islam to gift a gift as a charity to someone that is within your community, regardless of his or her religion.
Although it was observed that the adherence level to COVID-19 protocol was low, it is hoped that implementing agencies will rise to the occasion to avert the 3rd wave and stop the spread of the new variant of the virus. In Calabar, Mourinho Ajom, NTA News.
In a related development, the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Farouk Yahya, reiterates that the welfare of officers, soldiers, and other families will continue to receive adequate attention under his watch. The Army Chief stated this at the headquarters of Sector 2 Operation Adinkai in Damaturu, Yobe State, where a befitting Salah luncheon was organized for troops in the front line. Yunus Suleiman reports.
The Chief of Army Staff, who was represented, says the luncheon was organized as a mark of appreciation for troops and common determination, sacrifice, and patriotism in prosecuting various operations within and outside the country. He notes that the Eid al-Kabir festival brings a special reminder for them as it highlights the virtues of loyalty, obedience, and sacrifice, which are the hallmark of professional soldiering, pledging to continue to appreciate and uphold competence, diligence, and dedicated service.
No doubt, the nation is faced with myriads of security challenges. The Nigerian Army has so far lived up to expectations and will continue to remain focused in tackling these challenges.
The Chief of Army Staff also uses the occasion where he pays tribute to officers and soldiers who have paid the supreme price in the defense of their fatherland, assuring to continue to do his best to comfort their families through prompt payment of all their entitlements, including medical bills and school sponsorship of their children.
As I will reward excellence and achievements, I will not hesitate to punish indiscipline, indolence, negligence, and all untoward acts.
The three-star general also urges officers and soldiers to remain apolitical, continue to discharge their duties professionally in the defense of the fatherland and the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. In Damaturu, Yunusa Suleiman, NTA News.
Similarly, Pauline Vera reports that the Chief of Army Staff also celebrates the Eid al-Kabir with a luncheon with frontline troops in Maiduguri. A report.
The Salah feast was simultaneously held in Monguno and Yobe sectors of the Operation Hadinkai, with the Chief of Army Staff attending that of Memalari Barracks, Maiduguri. It has been a tradition of the Chief of Army Staff to host frontline troops to a dinner every festive period to boost their morale and symbolically identify with them for the unwavering commitment in the counter-insurgency operations in the Northeast.
Chief of Army Staff that served me to eat, God will bless Chief of Army Staff.
If you heal, do you intend to go back to battlefield?
I'm ready to go back, even now if they can lead me to go.
Borno State Governor Professor Babagana Umar Zulum, who graced the occasion with his cabinet, National and State Assembly members, pledged government sustained support to ending the insurgency in the state and appreciated the troops with a gift of 10 million naira.
Fundamental issue that we need to promote in order to hasten the defeat of the insurgency is to ensure that the gap between civilian population and the military hierarchy is being reduced.
Chief of Army Staff Lieutenant General Farouk Yahya urged the troops to improve synergy with other security agencies to achieve greater results in the war, as he promised to give necessary support to those wounded in action, while the deceased families will be given adequate care.
The Eid al-Kabir festival therefore provides a unique opportunity for us to reflect and redouble our efforts towards fulfilling our constitutional roles of defeating our adversaries and defending the territorial integrity of Nigeria.
Theater Commander Operation Hadinkai, Major General Christopher Moses and his deputy, Major General I.M. Jalo, acknowledged the first feast hosted by the Chief of Army Staff stood out as morale booster, which will revigorate their spirit to crushing the remnants of the insurgents in the Northeast. There was entertainment by various performing artists. In Maiduguri, Pauline Kujevana, NTA News.
You are still watching NTA News, reaching you from our studios in Calabar. Don't forget that you can equally watch this newscast online on our YouTube channel, YouTube/NTA Calabar. We have more stories for you immediately after the break. Please stay with us.
As news breaks from the north, south, east, and west of Nigeria, we bring it to you. News from the length and breadth of Cross River State is sent to you via this channel.
With movers and shakers in various spheres of influence talking to us, we carve a niche and showcase our experience in broadcasting, because it's NTA Calabar before others.
You can't get this anywhere else. It's only here on NTA Calabar News, showing at these times 3 p.m. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and 7 p.m. every day. NTA Calabar News. Our experience counts.
It's good to have you back. Now back to Calabar. As the Salah celebration continues, they say it's different stroke for different folks, because some residents of Calabar, the Cross River State capital, they have different stories to tell as far as electricity supply is concerned. While some boast of constant power supply, others in parts of the metropolis, especially Calabar South local government area, are lamenting over the horrible condition of being permanently kept in darkness. Udwak Etim reports that the affected areas are Abwa, White House, Foster, and other streets, which require urgent intervention.
Electricity supply is important for the economic growth of any nation, as it will boost businesses and improve living conditions. But when reverse is the case, life can be on a slow lane with little or nothing to achieve. In Cross River State, for instance, residents of Foster, Abua, William George, and other streets in Calabar South local government area lament prolonged power outage and the attendant effect on them, noting that they are spending money buying fuel for generators.
Like Abua here, there is no light since last year. It affects me a lot. Like my drinks in the fridge, they are hot. Since there is no light, the things are not cold. Nobody will come inside the shop like to come and buy hot drinks. The water, everything inside the fridge is hot.
None of us here are using NEPA light to do our business. Every time they are bringing NEPA bill.
All of everywhere we're doing business here, we are using generator. May government help us.
Mr. Sunday Madubuko, a businessman in the area, says it is disheartening that electricity consumers paid arrears of their bills between the month of February and March this year for the relevant authority to work on their transformer, which he said is bad, and surprisingly, nothing has been done. According to him, a letter was sent to the Port Harcourt Electricity Company Calabar head office on May 2021 appealing for a new transformer in order to enjoy light.
Almost every year we are having a similar problem. Even last year, the same thing happened. The whole community need to rally around. The end of the day, they use a republished one and return it back to us. What we are pleading to the authority is to give us a brand transformer for us to enjoy the dividends of democracy.
The people of the area are calling on the relevant authority to adopt proactive response services that will meet the needs of consumers. In Calabar, Udwak Etam, NTA News.
For sustainability of peace, unity, and development in the country, Nigerians should focus on what unites the nation than what divides it. This was the submission of concerned citizens in Ebonyi State as they relieved experiences of their service year and relationship with host communities under the National Youth Service Scheme. Uche Chukwueze Idam has details.
Youth, described as the strength of every nation, are said to be major stakeholders in the Nigerian project. No wonder the National Youth Service Corps Scheme was established in 1973 by the Yakubu Gowon administration to equip them for nation building.
People's consciousness are once again reawakened by those who are concerned to the purpose of establishing the scheme, which are to foster unity, brotherliness among ethnic groups, and to facilitate national growth. To realize this, especially now that it is mostly needed, both serving and ESCOR members are advised to bring their experiences to bear and at least speak good of the land that hosted them if they ever received any act of hospitality from there.
Remember when I was in camp, I met many people. I met there. Some people are from North, some people are from different parts of this country. Without NYC, I wouldn't have met those guys. So I'm advising them that wherever they meet again together, that they should try and be in unity.
I served as far back as 1991 at Kaduna State. So it was a wonderful experience, but that was the first time I traveled from east to the north.
I felt before coming for NYC that, wow, why should it be Ebonyi State? But when I came, it was a whole lot of, it was just good for me.
Stakeholders advised for authorities to post core members to the rural areas and not just allow them settle in the cities. Also, host communities are expected to be accommodative and hospitable for proper integration.
The integration should really be at the village level. So most posting should be to the rural area.
In quote, don't walk your NYC. Go to the place you are sent to go. And I've discovered that it has brought about unity. It was good that I came to Ebonyi. Why? Because I learned my own culture. I brought my own culture and I learned from their own culture. Well, that is what we say. It is with NYC you have one Nigeria.
There were misconceptions from my friends and my parents that they do certain things in Ebonyi, like eating people and other ills. But I was open-minded about the whole thing, and then I wanted to see for myself if that's true. And so far since I've been here, it's been absolutely otherwise. People have been warm, it's been good. Before you believe people and what they say, you have to see things for yourself, just try and change that perspective and misconception.
But with the level of insecurity, changes in technology, I think we need to rejig the system.
Considering the common enemies facing the country, such as banditry, kidnapping, agitation for secession from some quarters, many believe that there is no better time for the youth to answer the clarion call as preached in the National Youth Service Corps Scheme than now. In Abakaliki, Uche Chukwueze, NTA News.
And now to COVID-19 report. The Nigerian Center for Disease Control, NCDC, has announced 206 new cases of COVID-19 in Nigeria. Statistics shows that Lagos has the highest number of 132 cases, followed by Akwa Ibom with 56 cases, Ekiti 5, Delta 3. Rivers, Enugu, Jigawa, and Katsina states recorded 2 cases each, while Gombe and the Federal Capital Territory have 1 each. Till date, 169,884 cases of the pandemic have been confirmed in the country, with 164,733 persons discharged, while 2,128 persons have so far died of the disease. And now to sports. Minister of Youth and Sports Development, Mr. Sunday Dare, has affirmed that Team Nigeria was not in the Tokyo 2020 Olympics for show, but to win laurels for the country by competing clean. Speaking at a brief ceremony organized by the Ethiopian Airlines to send the minister and other sports at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja, on Tuesday, the minister said the ministry is grateful to the federal government, corporates, Nigeria, and all those who supported Team Nigeria by adopting the athletes. The minister appeals to Nigerians to wish the Team Nigeria the very best as they compete with the very best in the world at the 2020 Tokyo Olympics. So far, 205 countries with over 11,000 athletes from around the world will validate the Olympics as the biggest sporting event in the world. He revealed that the Team Nigeria has 58 athletes who qualified to participate, some of whom are the very best in their event, which shows that the country is going to Tokyo not just to show up, but to compete clean and win medals. The minister further appreciated Ethiopian Airlines for successfully airlifting Team Nigeria and hope that the country shall have cause to celebrate when they return with medals. A 2-day Nigerian Navy Intercommand competition has been held for officers and men serving in Rivers State. The competition is intended to help naval personnel ease off work stress and also sharpen their swimming capacity. Victoria Ndoni reports that Chief of Naval Staff Vice Admiral Awal Gambo was represented by the Chief of Policy Plans, Rear Admiral Eze Kobe Christian. Report.
The Nigerian Navy, like any other armed forces, is known for rigorous work activities. However, the Naval Command in Rivers State took time off to organize a swimming contest, which had various divisions competing in different categories of events. The competition, no doubt, was also a platform for the officers to demonstrate their dexterity in swimming. The competition featured various types of swimming, including the butterfly, breaststroke, and freestyle in the male and female categories. The event also witnessed inter-armed forces and parastatal swimming competition, in which the Nigerian police came first. Team Nigerian Police, Team Nigerian Civil Defense, Team Nigerian Army Corps, and White Team Air Force. The special guest of honor, who commended winners of the various categories for exhibiting their swimming skills, also noted that the competition has helped in discovering new talent in Nigeria that needs to be nurtured to the Olympics.
We have witnessed superlative display of talents in the Nigerian Navy. I have no doubt that the competition has lived up to expectation.
In Port Harcourt, Victoria Ndoni, NTA News.
That report brings us to the end of tonight's news. But before we go, a quick look at some of the stories that made headlines. Chief of Army Staff Farouk Yahya has celebrated Nigerian troops fighting insurgency in the northeast to an Eid al-Kabir luncheon in Yobe and Damaturu. Amidst Salah celebration, parts of Calabar South, including Abur, White House, and other streets, have decried the absence of electric power supply in their area for many months and have appealed to government to come to their rescue. We also heard in the news that the Nigerian Navy, to strengthen officers and men, has organized a 2-day inter-command swimming competition in Port Harcourt. That does it for the news tonight. On behalf of the entire crew, I'm Paul Abel. Have a wonderful night rest.